Hello, my gorgeous friends, and happy Monday. Happy August 17th. Happy all the things. Today, I want to jump right into what we're chatting about because I just see it everywhere. And I'm like, oh my gosh, we need to chat about this. So, today we're going to talk all about self-care. Okay. And we're going to talk about everything from stretching and foam rolling and massages and water and sleep patterns to just being nice to yourself and watching the words that you say. And so we'll start out with sleep, because that is really the first thing that I wanted to chat about. And then it just kind of turned into talking about all the other things as well. Let me make a couple notes because mom brain is real and I don't want to forget. So, yay. Okay, so first of all, I want to chat with you about sleep. Okay, so I have read multiple books on that weren't even about sleep, but they all touched on sleep and how important sleep is for you. And I think that is one of the things that is not talked about enough, that we obviously know it's important to exercise. We obviously know it's important to eat healthy, but I don't know if you guys all have access to the 2B Mindset Tracker or if you've ever used it before, but in the paper version of the tracker, not using the app, just like good old fashioned journal, there is a spot on there to track how many hours of sleep you got. And I love it. I love that there is that spot because it really just helps me to be mindful of how many hours of sleep did I get. And I mean, we all know that 8 hours of sleep is recommended. But I've read books on one side of the coin, like Essentialism. There's a whole chapter about how 8 hours of sleep is like a must and it's a non-negotiable. And then there's a whole chapter in the book, The Miracle Morning, where he talks about like literally you really don't need as much sleep as you think you do, as long as you like tell yourself that it's all like affirmation woo-woo stuff. Like if I go to sleep thinking no matter how many hours of sleep I get, I'm going to be so happy and grateful, and I'm going to wake up feeling excited and ready to crush my life and all the things. And he did a little self-experiment where this guy, his name is Hal Elrod, he got 8 hours of sleep, and he told himself right before he went to sleep, I'm not gonna sleep good tonight, and this is not gonna be enough because tomorrow is such a busy day and whatever, and okay, here we go, whatever, I'm just going to sleep. And the next day he woke up and he was super groggy and he was super tired and all the things. And then he tried it with 7 hours, and 7 hours is not going to be enough. I have such a busy day tomorrow, whatever, just like all those negative things. 6 hours, 5 hours, 4 hours. He tried it, eight all the way to 4 hours. And then he did the opposite. He started with 8 hours. I am so grateful that I get to sleep for 8 hours tonight. I'm going to wake up and I'm going to be so rejuvenated and so refreshed, and I'm just going to have a great day tomorrow. And then he did it all the way up to 4. And same things. I am so grateful that I get to sleep for 4 hours. I'm going to wake up so rejuvenated, so refreshed. And I'm sure you can tell, like, he felt so rejuvenated, so refreshed, even with only 4 hours of sleep versus like 8 hours of sleep, being all about it, right? So this is not Bryn suggesting that you only get 4 hours of sleep. That is not the point of this call. You definitely need more than 4 hours of sleep. But I do think there's a lot of science behind 6 to 8 hours of sleep, 6 to 8 hours of sleep, 6 to 8 hours of sleep. And for me personally, I am a sixer. I do not need 8 hours of sleep. I honestly feel worse when I get 8 hours of sleep. And, but I have become a very good student of me. And I know what Bryn needs. And so truly, I just want to encourage you to be a student of you and figure out how much sleep you need to run at your optimal levels. And I know, like, because of this cute human right here, she is recently going through her sleep regression. at about 6 months. She was sleeping through the night starting at 2 weeks old. And then like the last couple weeks, she's been like, no, Mom, I need you 7 times. And it's been great. But I know I've been a little tired, even trying to get 6 hours of sleep, because I'm not really getting 6 hours of sleep. I'm getting like 4.5 probably, once we factor in falling asleep again and all the things, right? So I just want to encourage you to give yourself some grace. And if you get 8 hours of sleep, that is fabulous. If you get 6 hours of sleep, that is fabulous. If you get 4 hours of sleep, give yourself permission to take a nap. I know that the nap culture out there is like, naps are for sissies. And she's like, I'm not a sissy. Don't say that, Mom. I take lots of naps. Right? And that whole like, naps are for sissies, only like lamos take a nap, whatever. And I will raise my hand and proudly admit, I take a nap almost every single day. 22 minutes is my nap time. I do not remember. I was trying to rack my brain around where I heard this the first time. I can't remember. I can't remember if it was I can't remember if it was a book or a podcast, but I heard that like even just a power nap, and really it's like 21 minutes is what is recommended, but I always set my timer for 23 minutes to give myself a little bit of time to fall asleep and whatever, and 23 minutes. And I'll tell you, it works for me. And I set my alarm for 23 minutes and then I feel great. And 23 minutes is not that much time lost. And I have definitely noticed, like before I take a nap, I'm like, I'm overwhelmed. I've got so much to do. Like I can't take a nap and I just need to bust through and I just need to get it done and all the things. And then like I take a nap because I'm like, no, I'm tired. I'm going to. And then I wake up and I'm like, what did I need to get done again? Because I already just did everything that was stressing me out and it took me like 3 minutes. Why was I freaking out before? And the book that I listened to talked all about that. And I wish I could remember what it was, but essentially when you're tired, when you're groggy, tasks take so much longer. I'm pretty sure that's an essentialism. And so when you're feeling tired, sleep, take a nap. And if your 23 minutes turns into 2 hours, you know what, girlfriend? It's all right, because obviously your body needed that. Yeah. So I will be the first. Naps are not for sissies. Sleep is very important for your overall health and very overall energy and all the things. And I will tell you, there have been so many days where my son wakes up and I did not take a nap yet. And I'm like, all right, here you go. Here's my phone. You can watch YouTube for the next 23 minutes while I bust out a power nap. Or I'm going to go turn on a movie for you and I'm going to still take a nap, because I'm sure there are some of you on here that are like, yeah, you can take a nap because all 3 of your kids nap at the same time. So can you, my friend. If your kids watch movies, if your kids watch shows, you're allowed to take naps if you need it. Okay. And no shame. No shame. Another thing I wanted to chat about with sleep is I really want to encourage you to invest in a good bed and good, comfortable bedding. I know that sounds weird, but I feel like we are willing to spend money on so many things, but for whatever reason, people are not willing to spend money on their bed, where you spend a third of your day in your bed. And people who have issues, body issues and all the things, 90% of them, I've whatever study, I can't remember source, so this is according to Bryn's memory, but I know a lot of body injuries and things start with the way you sleep. And if you're sleeping well and recovering well, then you function better all throughout your day. So invest in a great mattress. And did you know that you're supposed to flip your mattress every 6 months? Because the way your head rests, it like flattens out your bed, and you're supposed to just turn it. So where your feet were, you rotate it, and then you're supposed to replace your mattress every 5 years. And I think it's either 5 years or 6 years or 8 years. I think it's 5. That's a big span, Bryn. But Google it. I'm sure you can Google it and find out how many years until you're supposed to replace your mattress. But seriously, like good bedding. My favorite bedding comes from Costco. Sam's Club has some really good sheets as well. My favorite like blanket is from Bed Bath & Beyond and TJ Maxx. Like it doesn't have to be this like super expensive, crazy brand, but look for some good, comfortable bedding and figure out like even down to the temperature of your room. If you are hot when you sleep, get yourself a ceiling fan. And don't just have this $20 Walmart fan. Go invest in a ceiling fan if you don't already have one, so that you can be more cool when you sleep or whatever. And even I don't know if you can see it behind me, but I have this diffuser thing that I love, Young Living oils. And 30 minutes before bed, as part of my nightly routine, I fill that up and I put an oil called Peace and Calming in there. And that's the only oil I have on auto ship. I get it every single month. I get a bottle for me and Blake and a bottle for my kids as well. And it might all totally be in my head, but I love it. And I feel like I sleep so much better when I have that stuff diffusing next to me, because it brings me peace and it makes me calm and it smells so good. And I put a couple drops of lavender in there if I want a little bit of good smells. Hopefully you can hear me. This is real life up in here today. And this is like a random tip for your children, but if you're an essential oils person, I have a roller of Serenity, the oil Serenity, and I roll it on their spines right before bed, and it helps them to fall asleep a little easier and to be more relaxed. And again, might totally be in my head, but I love it. Yeah. And Steph says, yeah, Serenity is wonderful. Yes. I'm pretty sure Serenity is a doTERRA oil. I have both, doTERRA and Young Living. Love both. So I was going to say one more. Oh, like seriously though, like a good pillow, get yourself a good pillow. And again, Costco, Sam's Club, they have great, great pillows. And honestly, the more expensive the pillow, save your receipt, but it's pretty good standing that if your pillow was expensive, you're going to sleep pretty dang good. And if your pillow was $10 on the end cap at Walmart, you're going to sleep like it was $10 on the end cap at Walmart, right? I feel like I was going to say one more thing. This is, I don't know that this necessarily has anything to do with sleep, but in my head it totally does. But as part of my nightly routine, I'm not perfect by any way, shape, or form, but I do really, really try to always make sure that our downstairs is clean before I go to sleep at all. That's part of our nightly routine. My sink is empty, my sink is clean, not just empty, but like I spray it out and wipe it out and it's like clean. And my counters are clean, my floors are clean. And when I begin my day, my morning routine, I come downstairs and it's like beautiful and whatever. And I swear I sleep better at night on the nights that I know I'm going to wake up going downstairs to a clean kitchen, because I've already got that like peace and calming beginning of tomorrow is going to be great. It's going to be a great start because my downstairs looks so beautiful and so clean. And it's just like a great way to end the day, start the day, all the things. Cool. Okay. All right. Let's move on to water. Let's talk about water. So again, this is another one of those things that we know is important for our overall health, but are we really good at tracking it? Okay. And I'll be the first to admit, I have not been very good at tracking it. I don't drink anything else. I haven't had soda in 11 years. I kind of lose track. 10, I don't know. A lot of years I haven't had soda. So water is like the only thing I drink besides oats milk with my Shakeology. That is literally it. I don't like cow's milk. I don't drink milk. I drink water and lots of it. But I'm not very good at tracking it and knowing exactly how many ounces I had. So for me, my biggest like tool is the color of my pee. And maybe that's a little graphic for you, but it's supposed to be clear. Did you know that? And if it even has a little bit of a yellowish tint, then you're dehydrated. And so for me, that was like, okay, I don't know exactly how many ounces I've had, but I know what my pee looks like, and it's not very clear today, so I need to drink more water. And if it's like orange, hopefully you don't know what I'm talking about, but if you do, then you're like really getting dehydrated, and your body is like, please, I need water. Okay, so there are Nutrition Plus app that all of you have access to because you're Beachbody lifers. There's a place to track your water, and it's very beautiful and simple and easy. For me, I actually got this because my girl Laura wanted it, and I was like, okay, I want that. It's a gallon. It's gymongous, but I'm doing 75 hard, and part of 75 hard is drinking a gallon of water every single day. And I am terrible. And I like tell myself like, no, I'm going to remember how many times I finish this. You want to play with that? I'm going to remember how many times I finish this for like I have a Swell water bottle that I love as well. And I will totally remember that I've already had one, or that I've already had two, or that I've already had three, or whatever. And that is just not true. With the day going by and all the things, I'm like, I can't remember how many times I filled this up. So I love this because it's become part of my nightly routine. Fill it up, put it in the fridge, and then the next day, drink the whole thing. And I don't have to worry about how many times did I drink the whole thing. You just got to do it once, Bryn, once. So if you're not doing 75 hard and you don't need a whole gallon, half your weight in ounces. I would encourage you to get a water bottle that is half your weight in ounces, or roughly around there. If you're 150 pounds, 75 ounces, a water bottle. Fill it up once, and then you don't even have to worry about it. They do have these in half gallons, but a gallon is 128 ounces. So a half a gallon is what is that? 64 ounces. If you weigh 200 pounds, get a 100 ounce one. If you weigh 250, get yourself one of these bad boys gallon water bottles. Yes. All the things. Yes. Because water is so important. And if you're like, I don't need a new water bottle, I have 400 million, I would just encourage you to really use that feature on the nutrition app so that you know how many ounces of water you're getting. And if even that is too hard for you, just watch the color of your pee. Make sure you're getting in enough water, because it really does have a very, very direct influence on your sugar cravings and your energy. When I have totally noticed, as I've been better at drinking water since I got this a week and a half ago, my sugar cravings are almost non-existent. And I'm sure that's water plus Shakeology, because I know Shakeology helps me a ton too. But I know that when I'm craving sugar, 99.9% of the time, I'm actually just thirsty. So if you're one of those people who like, oh my gosh, I struggle with my sweet tooth so bad, okay, get yourself some more water. And if you have Shakeology, drink it on the times where your cravings are the worst. I know for me, 4 o'clock. That's like, my energy is like lagging and I really need it and all the things. So like 3 for lunch, or like sometime between noon and 4, that's my magical time for Shakeology, because it always helps me get through that afternoon lull. Sorry, I'm gonna drink some more. She like really wants some. Okay, last thing I wanted to chat about. I feel like I said one more thing in the like beginning stuff that we were going to chat about that I can't remember now. So if I said something at the beginning that you're like, no, I was so excited for you to talk about that, and now I'm not talking about it, help me remember, okay? Because this is why Bryn makes notes. It's fine. We're fine. 3 babies make my brain not very smart, but they're very worth it. So last thing I really want to chat about, though, is self-talk. Okay, I was actually just like right before this call, I was in a message thread, and one of my favorite humans in the world was like, she had missed a message from before, and she just was like so hard on herself. And she was like, I guess today just must be one of those days that I'm failing at everything. And I could just like hear Satan in her words, that I was like, girlfriend, be nice. Be nice to you. I have this therapist, and I meet with her every single Saturday. And I always was using the words self-sabotage. And she was like, stop it. That is not a thing. Self-sabotage does not exist. It is never ever you that is sabotaging yourself. It is always an outside force, an outside influence. And I don't know if you believe in God. I do. And because I believe in God, I also believe in Satan. And I believe that we literally have, like, not literally, but essentially we have those little angels on our shoulders. One is an angel and one is a devil, and one is telling us, you're amazing, you can do this, all the things, and the other one is like, what are you doing? Why are you doing that? You are terrible. And sometimes one voice is so much louder than the other in our day-to-day life. And so I want to really encourage you to, if you're someone who is like me and would say self-sabotage, self-sabotage, self-sabotage all the time, change your verbiage. It is not self-sabotage. It is your mean girl. You can give her a name, your mean guy. If you're a guy listening to this, it is Satan sabotage is what I like to call it now. All the things. Okay. So just be careful of your verbiage for one, and recognize it for what it is, because because it is not you. It is an outside influence trying to put you down, get you down, keep you down, all the down. Okay. So know that it's not you, and know that there are forces working against you to keep you small. And like I said, I really believe that it's Satan. And honestly, I've learned to, like, when I feel those thoughts and feelings, I've learned to like lean in to that, because I'm like, ooh, why are you trying to keep me small right now, Satan? Like, what's about to happen, dog? What's about to happen that I'm going to change my life? I'm going to change somebody else's life. What's going on? Right? And sometimes I'm not quite that chipper about it, but like, I recognize, okay, no, like, seriously, this is going to change my life. And like, anytime I feel that mom guilt of like, you shouldn't go, you shouldn't do that, you're like the worst mom ever, are you kidding me that you're going to leave your children to go do XYZ whatever? I like, oh yeah, oh really, Satan, I'm a bad mom because I'm going to go do this thing to take care of myself, take care of my family. Okay, it's going to change my life. So I'm definitely going now. Thanks for giving me the tip that it's going to change my life, right? Because mom guilt is not, that is Satan sabotage, 100,000,000%. So really, truly, just one, identify it for what it is. She's killing me. Identify it for what it is, and then be careful of the way you talk to yourself. And even honestly, the way you look at yourself in the mirror and the things you say when you look at yourself in the mirror. Oh my heavens, you are chatty today. The things you say when you look at yourself in the mirror, and catch yourself. Like, if every single time you look at yourself in the mirror, you're like, oh my gosh, my hair looks crazy. Oh my gosh, look at that pimple on my face. Oh my gosh, I wish my stomach was smaller. Oh my gosh, look at my butt. It's huge. Oh my gosh, whatever. Complaint, negative, blah, 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 right? Your life will not be fulfilling. And really, it's as simple as that. And if instead, like, I literally have tried to challenge myself to wink at myself every time I see myself in the mirror. It's so cheesy. It's so dumb, but it's really not. And Stephanie's like, oh my gosh, you're crazy. But like, really, like, hey, girlfriend, like, look at you. You're so beautiful, right? And I would totally do that to someone else. And I totally love to look at the awesomeness and the beautifulness, that was terrible English, in other people. So why not myself, right? And I really try to, like, ooh, look at your XYZ today. You're looking great. And I don't say it out loud. I should say it out loud, but I try to say it in my brain. And again, I'm not perfect. There are days that I look in the mirror and I'm like, oh my gosh, I look like crap, whatever. But I'm really trying to, like, switch that negative self-talk in my head and do the opposite. Look for the good, look for the positive, look for the happy, all the things. Okay. So I think I said massage, like self-care, foam rolling, all the things. That is the last thing that just came to my head. I would really encourage you. This is, again, a result of me doing 75 Hard, because if you're not familiar with 75 Hard, one of the things that's required is 2 45-minute workouts. And our workouts on Beachbody, they're not 45 minutes. They're not. And so there's been a lot of I'm sorry. Hopefully you find her as entertaining as I do. But there's been so many times where I'm like, okay, that was 38 minutes. So now I need to get in like 7 minutes. And I've just played around with the stretches that we have. And holy fazzola, you guys. If you're not familiar with our yoga, if you're not familiar with our yoga studio, go check it out. Holy cow, I found so many good stretches and foam rolling things, and like, oh my gosh, I was totally that person who like, I just stuck to the same stretch when I wanted to stretch. If there wasn't one specific to the program I was doing, I would always go to Turbo Fire and do the like stretch 10 video. Steph says, my girls heard Ellie and are totally entertained. Yeah, me too. But seriously, like I've never seen it. I've never seen it on the Roku or Apple TV. But if you're on your computer or the app, there's a tile called Yoga Studio. And it is so good. There's probably like 100 like different yoga stretches, all the things. And it's just a big compilation of every program that has anything stretching yoga related. And there's everything from 3-minute ones to 90-minute ones. And they're so good. And on Sunday, oh my gosh, be quiet. I might need to go get Blake. On Sunday, I wanted to foam roll, and I needed to do it for 45 minutes, and there's not a 45-minute one. So I did 3 different ones, one from Elise from Bar Blend, one from Joel in Lift 4, and one from Autumn in 80-Day Obsession, and even that was 41 minutes. So I just did 4 minutes on my own, and it was great. But seriously, like if you're in need of some stretching, some self-care, some love, I would really encourage you, like Saturdays and Sundays, or like for a couple minutes after your workout, if you're really warm and sweaty, if you want an extra little stretch, if you want an extra little self-love, like we got some good stuff, my friends. We got some good stuff. So that is everything I wanted to chat about today. Give yourself some love inside and out. Sleep good. Do everything in your power to ensure that you're sleeping well. Go to bed at a decent time. Get some good bedding. Get a good mattress. Get a good pillow. Set up your environment to help you sleep well. Talk to yourself kindly. Drink so much water. Stretch, all the things. You're amazing. You deserve to be taken care of. Yes. If you're on the recording, I'll see you later. I love you. I hope you can hear me. Yay for mom life. It's good. And if you're on live, stay on live and we'll chat for a little bit. Cool. Bye, recording friends.